Welcome everybody to Top Line Live at 5 with Brian Devine here. And I am excited to do this one today because you'll probably notice that the screen looks a little different. We are doing screen share because I want to do something a little bit more in depth than what we've been covering with some of the other videos. Now, one of the things that I'm asked a lot about is the best way to set up a local campaign. And when it comes to Facebook, there are some quick little tips that I can give you that can kind of help make sure that you get off on the right foot and that you don't find yourself kind of pulling your hair out wondering why this stuff just doesn't work for you. So let's jump in because I want to actually go right in and show you what to do when you are setting up one of these campaigns. Now, the screen that you're seeing is the Facebook Ads Manager. Now, I was a big fan of the Power Editor, and it allowed me to do all kinds of really fun stuff, and I never had to worry about it going live by accident. And it looks to me like Facebook has gotten rid of it. So now it's just the Ads Manager, and because I used to find it right over here, so the cool little tool that I always loved is now gone. But what they've done is they made it so that if you're working within the Ads Manager, you don't have to go live. It used to be with the Ads Manager, you create your campaign and it either goes live or you start over. So that's pretty nice. So you don't have to learn anything new or unique. You just have to be able to get to your Ads Manager and go from there. Now, what are the tips that we're going to cover? The very first thing that you're going to see when you're setting up a campaign is you can do a new campaign and then you have this option to do a quick creation. I am not familiar with the quick creation only because I prefer to have more control and I don't want Facebook deciding what I'm going to be doing. I want to tell it exactly how I want to go through it. So I would not recommend this just yet. I'm going to keep playing with it, and if I change my mind and decide that this is something that can save you time, effort, and money, I will certainly let you know. But for now, I would stick with the full creation. Now, the first thing that you're going to see is what is your marketing objective? And I know a lot of people think, well, I want conversions, I want new patients, but that's not what you want. You also don't want lead generation. Now, this is something that's actually really slick, but it's still really challenging to make this work in a way that is beneficial to a practice. So we are looking at ways to take advantage of this, but we're really not there yet, and we don't recommend that you try this because of integration issues and being able to do follow-ups properly, so I wouldn't do lead generation. Video views, if you've got a great video that gets attention and will get people to click through it, then video views can be a good way to go because it's very inexpensive right now. But what you want, 9.99 times out of 10, is traffic. You just want traffic. And the reason you want to just stick with traffic for now is because you have to, not only do you need to kind of figure out how things are going to work, what ads are working, but Facebook needs to start getting used to your audience and what types of people are going to be interested in what you are offering. And the best way to do that is to click on traffic. So when you click that, then it's going to ask you to name it, and let's just call it Demo 1 for now, and then you click Continue. Pretty straightforward. So we know we've got traffic, but do you want to send traffic to an app, to Messenger ads, or to a website? Again, 99% of the time, I'm going to suggest that you just stick with websites. The Messenger ad stuff that we're able to do these days is amazing. It's fun. It's exciting. However, you really need to know exactly how it works. You need some JSON coding in order to get images and videos and stuff in there. So I would stay away from this for now. Just make your life easy and start with website. Now, when you're creating an ad set, and we'll explain each little step for you. But I like to actually, when I name it, I like to name it something that's going to make sense to me based on my target area. So let's say we do Denver, and I like to do ages. And generally speaking, for most practices, we're going to be looking at probably 25 to maybe 65 plus, just depending. Now these numbers are going to change, and women. And 99% of the time, we're going to be targeting women. And the reason for that is that they're usually the ones that are making the decisions for the family. So we want to make it specific to women. We want to be thinking about what is going to get women's attention as opposed to men. Now, if you're going to do both, I recommend that you create one for women, one for men, and a slightly different ad. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, this is where it gets kind of interesting. because of the way this is set up, if custom audience is a whole fun, long conversation that we can't get into right now. But once you've been doing this for a while, you're going to have custom audiences that you can choose from. And it just means that based on a previous campaign, you want to run to the same audience. Or based on a previous campaign, you want to exclude that audience. Don't forget that that is an option. You can say, I have this great audience that has come through and I don't want to run my ad to them. I only want people that are not them. And that's when you hit exclude. This is the one that catches most people up. And this is the one I want to make sure is crystal clear. It says everyone in this location. Most people will then put their office right in here and slap that in there, and then maybe do somewhere around it. So let's. I'm just going to throw just anything in there. Oh, I don't want Egypt. Sorry. Let's try. What would be good? Oops, don't look for that. Let's do Thornton. All right, Thornton, Colorado. And let's say we don't want, we don't want it to be 25 miles. Let's say we want it to be 15 miles. So now I've drawn a nice circle there. Here's the thing. If you leave it as everyone in this location, it's going to be people that might be visiting from other states and other countries. It could be people that are driving into work. So based on the fact that it is a practice and you're running an ad specific to your practice, you want to click on here and put people who live in this location. And that is a very different target. So make sure that you don't miss that. That is something that we actually go back through with our checklist and we make sure that that is clicked every single time, because it is easy to miss because they automatically will do everyone in, but you want people who live in. Okay? But that's a big tip. Then we can, obviously we go and we set 25 to 65 plus. We know that's women. You could do languages. Targeting, this is where it starts to get fun. And again, you can exclude people or include people. And so this is another whole long conversation about how to target the right people. But you can do things like soccer moms. And soccer moms. So you can target soccer moms and speak to them specifically about things that you think are going to make the most sense to them in their lives. So really, this is where you start to get into the nitty gritty, and we can spend a lot of time here. So I don't want to do that too much. I know we've already gone 7 minutes here. Then we have our connections. So you can say, I want Facebook pages. I want to exclude people who like my page. And then you put your link to your page in here, and then you can click save that audience so that the next time you don't have to put that audience in again. You can just put them in because you've already saved that audience. All right, I'm going to do this real quick. I want to make sure that this is really important. Don't leave automatic. You want placements edit. You want to edit your placements. This is really important. Until you know what you're doing, you want to stay away from Instagram, I would recommend. Because in order to make Instagram work, I would highly recommend video. Video is doing well on Instagram, but otherwise I would stay away. So if you're not using video, turn it off. Your audience network, I would turn that off because you have no idea what's going on there. Messenger, you definitely don't want Messenger. Now, instant articles, I would stay away from that. I want feed. That's where it shows up in your feed. It's the big streaming ads. And then the right column, I would turn that off as well, because the right column are things that are really more for retargeting. It is really, if you want to just get your logo out in front of a lot of people, then right column is a good way to do it because people generally aren't going to click on it, but it gets them to see it. So right column can work there, but otherwise you want feed. That's pretty much it. So you notice everything else is turned off. So we just went from everything selected to one thing selected. And that makes a huge difference in how your ads convert, how your ads get clicks and how it works. I would recommend all mobile devices. And then if you're going to run any big images or videos on your website or on the landing page that you're sending people to, check this. Only when connected to Wi-Fi. So if they're going to be looking at a video on a landing page that you're sending them to, so they click on your ad and they go to a page that has a video or a big image or something, you don't want them to do that on their phones when they're not connected to Wi-Fi because it's not going to work as well. So I would select that, and that will make people happier with you. And then daily budget, I generally start with between $5 and $7 per day, and then scale up accordingly. And I scale up slowly. So let it go for 3 to 5 days, sometimes 7 days, and see what's going on. Based on that, then you can jump up by about 20 to 30%, maybe 40%, but I wouldn't double it. I wouldn't go from 7 to 14, 14 to 28. I'd go 7 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 16, so smaller jumps like that. And I tend to like to just continuously starting today if possible, otherwise set a start date if that's something that you need to do. And then there's a couple of last little things. Link clicks. Okay, so you want to pay for the link click, and it's going to do lowest cost. And you see where it says impressions? You want to click on that and click link click. Now you think that since they're optimizing for link clicks, you think, okay, well then I'm only going to pay for a click. Nope, you have to come down here because they're gonna have you pay for every time someone sees your ad, whether they click on it or not. So you have to come here, click on link click. And at that point, you are in good shape. All right, those are the main tips that I want to make sure I cover today, because that really gives you a solid foundation of what to do, what to look for, and to get this all up and running. All right, I think that's everything. Let me know what questions you have and what we can cover for you next time. Thank you so much for joining us today. That's it for me. Bye for now.